we meet. He tell me that he got yada Barry Sanders and all the other kind of jerseys, Michael Jordan that I was looking for. And I'm like, business is business. I buy maybe 10 jerseys, and I think he would sell me the jerseys for like $100, $150. I take them to the mall, sell them for $300, $400. It's working out lovely. Matter of fact, it was working out so lovely that he didn't have to sell jerseys to anybody else. Wherever he was going to get the jerseys from, he was just bringing them back, and I would buy them all and take them to the mall. So you would think that's cool, and it was cool, but I'm a businessman. So I'm like, and you, again, some other lessons learned from old man, I need to find out where he getting them jerseys from. So I go on a couple missions myself to New York and LA, but I can find these jerseys, but I can't find them how he finding them. Now, you guys have heard of counterfeit or bootleg or knockoff stuff. And just quick, there's a lot of different definitions. Over in China and Korea, where the jerseys are made, or clothes are made, Nike might say make 100,000 of this t-shirt, but the manufacturer got to make 200,000 of them because they're called damages and defects or overruns. Well, they don't throw away those extra t-shirts that Nike, Adidas, or Mitchell, whoever. Now, there are people who on the side is copying or knocking them off. But a lot of it, if you know the right people, you can get the same thing authentic that just went out the back door that were the damage, defect, or just the overrun that the manufacturer made.
They had took over the market, man. And
But when you first started your mobile business, you wasn't doing jerseys.
When I first started well, you know what? Kind of, sort of. Because when I first started my mobile business, it was all just basically a plan. It was a dream. I hadn't even started it really. You know what I'm saying?
Mutual friend us that took you out to New York,
took me out to New York because I peeped him out. What he was doing, he was popping his trunk. Every time he popped his trunk, he had a crowd around his trunk of his car, like he was, what is you selling over there?
Yeah, because this old timer, shout out, rest in peace to Willie B. We talking about
Willie B, man.
He had been at that out the trunk New York game,
for like
a minute, right?
For a while, yeah.
Like back in the '80s,
back in the '80s,
going New York Canal Street days.
Yeah, he was selling. Yeah, he was selling whatever. Before the fashion, even before the urban market.
Before it was urban fashion, right?
He was already doing that.
So you peeped old boy, old school, kind of put us up on game.
Took me down there. Went down to New York, and the first run, I wasn't selling none of that stuff. First run, I went down there. We got down there, and I was following him. He was taking me to all these little stores. Canal Street. 28th Broadway area, We're going in and out of these stores. He's showing me what the stuff that he's selling. And, I'm looking and I'm like, that's not my vision. But I'm not telling him that's not my vision. I'm just saying, like, I know the clothes, what I'm looking for, that's not what I'm looking for. The guys that I deal with, they ain't gonna buy that stuff. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna buy that. They gonna clown me.
Old fashioned or just not expensive enough or not?
It just was
plain.
No, it was none of those. It just was the wrong type of stuff. It's like the difference between the guy that shops in 7 days and the guy that shops in 4 men. Okay, you got two different kind of clientele, two different kind of guys.
Two different income levels.
Income levels. I'm looking exactly. So that's basically what I was looking for, was that other income level. So we traveling in and out. I'm talking to people walking up to me, and a lot of guys. They where you from? You from Detroit? Yeah, I'm from Detroit. Yeah, I'm from Detroit too. You're not from Detroit.
Because let's help the people out. Because there's a lot in the garment district in New York. There's a large Lebanese Arab population. And of course, Detroit got the largest Arab population, so people can connect the dots.
Right.
So you running all these.
I'm running all these Lebanese, these Middle Eastern, these Arabic guys, right? And
They got roots back here.
They got roots back here, and they keep saying they from Detroit, and I keep saying you're not from Detroit. You speak English.
You can't speak.
You're not from Detroit. And then they'll pull out their ID. They all had IDs, Michigan license. Man.
Oh man.
And they kept saying, "Yes, I am."
But you like, but you're not.
And I say, "Oh yeah, you from Dearborn, huh?"
From Dearborn.
Okay, yeah,
Right.
yeah. So that was a big joke to me. I was cracking up like, man, all these guys out here got Dearborn license.
So you start meeting a lot of Middle Eastern Lebanese
And
in New York.
Yeah, and so now keep in mind, me and Willie B, Willie B was, he was in this one store trying to buy some shit, some stuff, man. So like some linen two pieces.
Which was a market.
Which
but
was a
that for
market.
him.
Right.
That's
That
the
was,
Steve Harvey look.
yeah, he was. That's what he was on.
Yeah, he was
so I'm
definitely
like,
on the Steve Harvey tip.
so I'm spinning. I'm thinking, I'm looking for that 17 to 30 age group that they wearing.
You're watching BET Rap.
So yeah,
You're seeing what Big Tigger is doing.
Yeah.
You know what Hov is spitting.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I was talking when I told Willie B I'll be right back. I need to just go walk for a minute, and I took off and walked, and I ran into a couple people. There's all these people going in and out.
About what part of town are you in now?
I'm right there in Manhattan, right there smack around 28th and Broadway.
That was about headquarters for the business. About
It was just, man, it was so many. It was a million people down there,
Right.
literally. I mean, like back then, everybody was walking everybody had big garbage bags. They was carrying them. They had them like on sticks and shit.
Because
And
New York, that area was not just supplying New York and Detroit. Everybody from all over the country.
everybody from all over the country, man. I was meeting people from every state. Every time I met somebody and we was talking, or somebody asked like, "Hey man, you know where this so and so at?" I said, "Oh, well, no, but where do you know where this at?" He's like, "Where you from?" "I'm from Detroit." "Where you from?" "I'm from Kentucky." "I'm from, down south." "I'm from Florida." "I'm from..."
Yeah. So I will get you back. So you step off, you tell Willie you need to take a walk.
I need to take a walk, man.
Okay.
And so I took a little walk, and I went up on 28th and ran into this other guy, this Arab guy. He was like, "Hey, let me show you what I got." All right, cool. Come on. So we went into a building. It was building 13.
Building 13.
They called it building 13, man. And when I walked,
Describe to the audience what was happening in building 13.
it was like New Jack City of clothing. That's what it was. It's the New Jack City of clothing, man. It was bad. It was
You
great.
can stock a store. You can stock a bunch of stores out of
Well,
that
this building was about 9 stories, maybe high. Was it?
Yeah.
Maybe 9
About
stories.
9 floors. Yeah.
And I believe it was an old apartment building that wasn't being used as an apartment building anymore. Each apartment
Was now a different
was
vendor.
actually a store
Yeah.
of whatever, different. You have one is you walk down a hall. This room is all
So
persons.
you found building 13 by accident? Or somebody showed you?
Well, yeah, it was by accident that I stumbled onto 28th
Okay.
and saw.
Building 13.
Yeah, and it was a lot of guys standing around out there. And one of those guys from Detroit, that's really not from Detroit, that I had saw earlier was like, "Hey man, come on, let me show you." So, yeah, that's how that went.
And once you got exposed to, because the variety of with your world-class shopping eye, you saw what you were looking for in building 13.
Man, I went in building 13, and I was going from floor to floor, and I got on I think it may have been the 4th floor. I hadn't made no move yet. I hadn't spent no money. I only took maybe $1,500 down there with me, and which is good. You can start a business with $1,500.
That $1,500 led to what you got now. 2 clothing stores and a hookah store.
Yeah.
Couple rental properties, some
Few
real
rental
estate
properties,
investments.
yep.
They
Nice
started
home.
$1,500 in Manhattan.
Yeah, man.
Not bad, young man.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Not
you.
bad.
I mean, I had good people to teach me. You know what I'm saying? I had a great teacher. I had a great teacher, man.
So the quality of this man's jersey is telling me that if he ain't getting them from a backdoor account, he getting them from somebody who getting them right from over in, because Mitchell and Ness was making their jerseys in Korea. Now, Lou's guy at City Man, he next to another guy, what's the name of that shop?
Oh, 4 Men.
4 Men. How you guys doing? Hey, 4 Men. 4 Men is like a really high-end premier clothing store in the Detroit area. Now, the problem for 4 Men was they're in the same mall as me, and they got an account with Mitchell and Ness. But they taxing brothers like $500, $550. They won't negotiate it. The jersey say $450. They want $450 plus tax. Then you got old Mr. Courtney Brown Jr. around the corner. He got his jerseys. I might take $350. Catch me on the right day, $290. You know what I'm saying? And it don't take long before my business begins to impact 4 Men. Because brothers like, man, I get the same jersey right around from that brother right around the corner, right? So Mr. 4 Men, he upset. He ready to snitch me out. He go to the mall and he tells the mall people I'm selling counterfeit jerseys. He calls Mitchell and Ness. They call the retail police. Believe it or not, retail companies have private detectives and investigators who they send around to investigate this kind of stuff. The mall, thank God for me, took an approach like, look, you're independent, he independent. As long as Foot Locker ain't complaining about what Courtney Brown Jr. doing, we don't care what he doing. He pay his rent and he don't cause no trouble. You guys need to straighten this out. And it's kind of a confusing story because you got to imagine my man from 4 Men is telling some people who know nothing about this jersey throwback, some very middle-aged, older white men about, he's got jerseys that are like my jerseys, but they're not the right kind of jerseys, and they're the same, but they're different. So, you know, the people at the mall management was like, hold on, you said they look just like your jerseys, but they not like your jerseys, but they're the same as your jerseys, but he ain't supposed to have your jerseys, but he's got them. You know what? It's too much. They was like, they couldn't wrap their head around none of it, and they were like, you know, you guys just need to sort this out. He goes and he calls Mitchell and Ness. Mitchell and Ness calls me, where are you getting these jerseys from? I tell him I got a cousin in the army in Korea who sent them to me. This little saga continues to play on, and I'm making myself, so this was like right now, it opened a kiosk. You know, the stores that are right in the middle of the aisle is how we had started off. But I'm selling so much Negro League and throwback jerseys now, I'm like, I'm gonna have 2 stores in the same mall. And I'm going to open up another larger store and keep the kiosk. Thing is, I need to get the connection on this throwback thing because I can't keep spending all this money with this man.
Easy introduces me to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we hit it off straight up
Straight up.
from day one. The only problem is you don't want me to sell nothing to nobody else but to you.
Yeah, because that was a problem. That was a problem. Because the relationship was blossoming so quick, but if we had a little friction, because I'm like, bro, if you just give me a week, I'll buy them all. Because he might have 30, 40 jerseys.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I ain't buying them all right now.
But you had to do your plug that you weren't giving up.
I had to do your plug.
So I'm diligently trying to find somebody.
He's diligent. Oh, well, you know, in my mind, I'm going, okay, if I tell him where to go get this to that, he's still not going to be able to find it.
Oh, you didn't even have a phone number on this guy. You just
I have a phone number, but it's just,
It's
you
a
have to
needle in a
understand
haystack.
New York in 2003.
Yeah.
It's like, who's going to really go down there in that and really go down there and
I
start?
could have found Building 13 and still not found Hassan.
And you still could have found him, but you still wouldn't have had time. He wouldn't have had time to go do it himself anyway. Because Courtney was running.
Investment, yeah.
He was running. He was
gotta
doing.
physically go
Courtney was
days.
running a lot of stuff right then
I
and
was
there.
running
He
the
might
Virginia
even.
Club.
He might even got down there one time.
Yeah.
You know, but after that it'll be Vano. I don't have time for this shit. I know where you're getting it from. I don't care.
Because believe it or not,
coming.
I'm always running 3
I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you this.
Yeah,
to make you something.
you
You
make
happy?
some yeah.
But I need the product.
Yeah.
So I was going to end up being the gopher anyway. So it didn't really matter.
But since I can't find the jerseys and I'm buying a lot of them,
Buying a
we
lot of
somehow worked through the little friction that you decided that you had to keep some of your old customers.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it kind of grew. I was like, well, look, give me some on credit and I'll pay for some. But
At some point,
you
it
don't
would just-
need to deal with
the headache.
You don't need to deal with. I got you. Right.
And then one day, I was told that I don't really need to even be selling out of the trunk anymore.
Correct.
That I have a gift, and that I should.
I gave a good motivational speech, did I not?
Very good motivational speech. It made me think. It made me go, damn. I went home after talking to you that one night and was like, I wonder, should I do this?
So, okay, side note there. And this is, I'm not giving myself a pat on the back, but people who know me, everybody, I'm like Hiram Roth. People always fuck with me because my partners always make money fucking with me.
For sure.
All three of you guys, I saw something immediately. And I saw that there wasn't a bunch of other people telling you what I saw.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. And I saw that because it can happen. All three of you, the first time I met you guys, I was like, nah, people don't get it. This guy's special. This guy's special. This guy's not like, you wasn't like. No, and it was true. I was like, dude, you are so much smarter and business savvy, and more importantly, you had money ethics. Me and you never have had 20 years of business. We ain't never had no money. You don't play with people money?
I don't play with people money. And you don't play with
And I don't play with people money.
Yeah, that'll get you. That alone will get you a long way.
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute now. I might play with people's money, but I don't play
But
with
he don't play with people. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
See, that's different.
It's
Yeah.
two
Say
different
that again
things.
real slow, Floor.
Okay.
You might play with
I
people,
might play with people's money,
but you don't play with people.
but I don't play with people's money.
Money here.
You know what I'm saying?
You said, I told my man Friday we gonna be good, but it's Monday.
Yeah.
I got 4 days to do what it is I
Now
do.
you're getting paid money.
But Monday come,
He got his.
he got his.
Yeah.
Whether I got mine
No,
or not, he got his.
Yeah.
That's how you play with people's
Yeah, but
money.
some people like to play with people money, which then lead to them playing with people money.
Yeah.
Well, they're
that's
really
where it gets-
stealing. I mean, as well as go to the casino with your money.
Yeah.
And that type
Yeah.
of shit.
In real life.
Now see, that's that different kind of playing with people money.
Yeah, that's for
You
real.
know, now you fucking
Boy,
playing.
now you're
with
playing with your
money.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you playing. Yeah, for real. That's a different kind of play.
So 03. You can take that.
I don't need to take it. Gino, I gotta call you back.
Friend tells me that he saw a location at 13139 Dexter. There would be a great little boutique. I drive by it. I'm like, actually, that would be a little store. There was an ice cream parlor on the block.
Yep.
There was a braiding shop on the block,
And nail
and I
shop.
believe the dry cleaner was still open.
It was
right
a
at the
nail
corner.
shop it was a dry cleaner was across the street. A nail shop was on the corner. Nail shop was on this side of the storefront. And then braiding shop and then ice cream shop.
What was on the corner? The Koreans were doing something. It was Asian people. That was the nail shop.
That was the nail shop.
Nail shop. Yeah.
And then across the street was this.
Oh, Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin was on the corner.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kevin TK Nails. That's TK Nails, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I show you the joint. Let's get out the trunk. Let's get out your trunk.
Yeah, you steady hounding me. I'm trying to. I don't keep telling you I don't want to do it. You keep telling me yeah, you're gonna do this.
Yeah, you need to do this.
You need to do this.
You
man.
need to do this.
Yeah.
You need to
You
do
hear
this.
that? Listen, you can do you come up with X amount of dollars.
Yeah, I mean, get off. Like,
You even went down in the money. You're like, just come with this much.
Yeah, find a few stacks. I know what you're making off me, dude. You got $5,000-$10,000 right. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on.
And then that's when we find out. You know, we went there when you showed me the place, and I was like, I saw it, and I was like, yeah, I saw the vision.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, we got it. Before we do anything, what we got to get? We got to get some type of roll down gate, because the stuff that we about to have in here, they coming to get this shit.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But my man Vano was a shrewd businessman himself, and he wasn't going to do that. So I thought to myself, what will I have to do to get this man's connection? I said, well, the only way I really can get his connection is I got to make him a partner. If I become his partner, then he's going to have to show me where he getting them jerseys from. So another friend of mine had told me about a little storefront in the city. So now I got 2 stores at the same mall. But I'm thinking that just for the sake of me getting in, for the sake of me getting this connect, for me getting this throwback plug, I will finance this brother and put him in the business, and we'll be partners. Because if we're partners, for the bigger picture, I'll get what I need to get. So I approach Vano. I say, man, you ever thought about getting out of the trunk? You know, you've been selling out of the trunk. The business going good and all, but don't you want a real store, be a real retailer? And you know, Vano loving light, a really, really bright guy, but Vano got a healthy street side to him. And he like, man, I ain't never paid no taxes or none of that. Inventory and trade shows. But what I did know is that the brother had an eye for fashion. Actually, to be totally honest, a much better eye for fashion than I sell you whatever. You know, if you want white t-shirt, cool, whatever. You know, as long as I could buy low and sell high, I was cool with it. But my man Vano had a real passion for fashion and for clothes. And you can't see that's something you can't hate. And when you're doing business and you're looking for partnerships, you need to find people whose strengths are your weaknesses, and then their weaknesses are your strengths. That's what makes for a good partnership. So I knew how to crunch the numbers and do kind of the business side, and I knew all the trade shows and how to do it that way. But he had a real pulse for the streets. He knew what was hot, what wasn't hot, and he was good at coordinating. He was like a fashion coordinator. He could do that, you know. I didn't have the patience for all that. Oh, this jean got a green stripe in it, and I need a stripe with some green in the hat and the shoe, you know, because I might have you walking out with some black shoes, some blue jeans, an orange shirt, and, you know, and a purple hat if you was willing to pay me for it. Oh, you go do what you do in Building 13. You let old school, God rest his soul, Willie B do what he...
Yeah, so Willie B, yeah. So I go and I buy these jerseys, and well, I get up, I see a guy that got these jerseys. I walk in the room and he got all these throwback. I see Mitchell and Ness, and that's when I just was like,
bingo.
Yeah, Holy Grail.
Holy Grail.
This is what I've been waiting for. I'm glad I ain't spent no money yet. So I walked up and I was like, hey man, so which is funny because I still deal with this guy to this day.
Wow.
Yeah. I still deal with him to this day, man. He has a manufacturing company in Atlanta, and he manufactures a lot of clothing lines. He actually took that and
Building 13 guy, Mitchell and Ness, original plug.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Human relationship, very important, y'all.
Yeah.
Maintaining relationships, very important in business.
He got it going on still, man.
That's awesome.
I know, man, and I had no idea. I had been buying his clothes. I had been buying these boys' clothes and selling them in here.
And didn't even know it was
Didn't even know it was them. And I went to a show and I saw him. It was Ali and Hussein. You know, you remember Big Boy and Hussein?
I know exactly who you're talking about.
They in Atlanta. They getting them.
You talking about Sammy brother?
Yes, they in Atlanta. They have a they do civilized clothing.
That was always your people though. That was always your people. Yeah. Shout out to Hussein and Ali.
Shout out to Ali.
Them was always your people.
Yeah, them was my guys, man. Yeah, so Ali, man, I ran into Ali. So Ali had these jerseys, man. And when I say these jerseys was beautiful, man, he had the best of the best jerseys, man. I'm talking about Joe Montana. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the right ones.
Yeah.
So let me help you guys out. As my man is doing this thing, this is at the same time.
These are same.
These are same.
These are the sames.
And, yeah, same. And he's got one of the most disciplined eyes for same. Like if it ain't same, he gonna be able to pick up.
I know every stitch.
Yeah.
I know everything where it's supposed to be at. And yeah, I had so I buy these jerseys.
So
man.
what did you pay for those, and what would have if they were not same?
Okay.
What would they be?
Nah, that's the trickery part. When I first came down the first time, he wanted $100 a jersey.
What did those jerseys retail for, say, at the mall directly from Mitchell and Ness?
500 and up. Well, you know.
And what were they wholesale?
So probably half.
Probably half of that. So they probably wholesale. If I would have went to Mitchell and Ness, they probably would have been a couple hundred, 175, 200. Depending on the player, because that's the thing about Mitchell and Ness. That's what I mean about the jerseys that he had were jerseys that cost maybe $700 or $800.
Oh,
because they wasn't the basic. These were Hall of Fame, you know,
players.
Yeah,
the jersey prices
very much. Oh yeah, like
yeah.
like a Magic Johnson, Lansing Everett jersey is worth more than a
George Paul college
Yeah,
jersey.
Definitely. Every jersey, yeah. It's just like in real life. It's just like how if you had a jersey, authentic jersey, right, and you was selling it,
on eBay or whatever.
or whatever. If he just a player that just played on the team with Magic, he's not going to get the same price as the jersey that Magic's jersey. You know what I'm saying?
And if it's a rookie year,
Rookie year jersey,
maybe All-Star game.
All-Star jersey, Super Bowl jersey.
Why were they paying a licensing fee to the?
Heck yeah.
Oh, that's why they were expensive.
They was locked in the NFL, NBA, NBL,
Hockey.
the hockey. Every league, Mitchell and Ness was locked in with every one of those leagues.
That's
So
why
they
they're
was
so
the
expensive.
go-to for official, retro jerseys. Yeah, retro, only retro. Though.
Yeah, I know. I remember the phenomenon.
The jerseys that you would see that the current players had, yeah, those jerseys are $80, $90 jerseys. They're not retro jerseys. These are players that's not even playing no more. Some of them may be still playing.
But they're rookie year.
Yeah, but so, yeah.
Hank Aaron, any of
Yeah,
that.
he had Super Bowl jerseys. He had Hank Aaron jerseys.
Ollie had.
So just so people it's the volume of money
Tiny Archibald.
is like being a neighborhood drug dealer. I mean, it's tens of thousands of dollars you're making.
Yes, definitely.
I think, and you share your opinion. I
Okay,
think,
so you said originally he started you off at 100.
He originally started us off at 100, which I talked him down a little bit because I was from Detroit and he was from Detroit.
Remember Michigan?
So we got to kicking it, and he gave me a little discount, but with the promise that, hey man, look, I was 100 with him, like, this is my first shot, man. But I'm about to kill him. I'm about to take this back to Detroit because what you got is special. I went in some other rooms and saw some other jerseys, but there was some other jerseys.
Oh, so
It
there
was
were
not
other
his jersey.
Sames, but they
this
weren't
guy
quite
had
good.
this
Had it
guy.
down.
This guy was real particular about his quality, and he wasn't backing off his prices either.
Not much.
No, I was watching guys deal with him. He was. I had to wait to talk to him.
So at this same time, I've opened Hall of Fame at Fairlane, a Jersey Negro League concept, right?
Which I had no clue of, never no idea.
So I'm getting some jerseys straight from the companies. I'm getting some jerseys straight from same people. But a mutual friend of ours, shout out D. Gordon.
D. Gordon.
D. Gordon, another Inkster homeboy.
Yeah.
He links me up with my man because he tells me that his man that he grew up with got these jerseys, and his jersey's better than everybody else. So even imagine, I'm at the mall where I can get $350, $400 for the same jersey.
Paid $100.
But the thing was, they weren't same.
Yeah, it was.
They weren't really same. So he linked me up with Vano. It was, I'll never forget, it was Barry Sanders. Vano had these Barry Sanders jerseys.
yeah,
You remember
Barry
that?
Sanders.
No one else had Barry Sanders jerseys. And
So you were selling them just out the trunk, so to speak.
Oh yeah,
So
definitely.
you start supplying me with
Start
jerseys.
supplying you.
So that's a bigger
But let me
markup
tell you this
than
though.
drugs.
Let me
We
tell you
were
this.
making more money than most.
Let me tell you
drug
though.
dealers, for sure.
Let me tell you a little story though about Willie B though. So we're in New York, right? So I my 1,500, of course, I spent it right then and there. I
You
came
got
out
like
with
16, 17 jerseys.
yeah. I got like 17 jerseys, right? Now New York shopping trip usually takes 6, 7, 8 hours because you got to go from store to store to store to buy all this clothes. So I'm done. 15 minutes, I'm done shopping. So I'm looking for Willie B. I'm calling him on the phone. Where you at? He said, man, I'm on so and so and so and so. I said, come in the building 13. He said, oh, you in building 13? I said, yeah, come up on the 4th floor. I'm on building 13. So he come up. He walk up. I got this little bag, right? He said, man, come on, man. We gonna have to get ready, man. What you gonna do, man? You ain't bought nothing yet. I said, yeah, I'm done shopping. He said, what? He looking at the little bag. He said, what you mean you done shopping? I said, man, I'm done. I'm finished. He's like, man, what you done did? He thinks somebody done ganked me. He's like, man, what you done bought, man? What you done did? I said, look, Willie, I know what I'm doing, man. He said, man, what you done bought? So I show him. He told the jerseys. He looking at the jerseys, right? He say, man, I got jerseys, man. I got jerseys for how much you pay for these? I tell him how much. He said, man, I got jerseys for $15, $20, $10, man. Then he started pulling out these jerseys with just say New York on them. Chicago.
He didn't know.
He didn't know. He didn't know. He didn't know.
He didn't know it was-
So I'm like, Willie, trust me on this, bro. These is gone already. When we get back to Detroit, I'm gonna be calling you. Just hurry up and sell that shit you got, because the shit that I got is gonna be gone in one night.
Yeah.
So that was the.
What'd you sell them for?
Oh man, 250, 275, 300, depending on who it was.
And once you sold one person a jersey, the jersey thing was a such phenomenon. Their whole clique would then now.
See, back then, how we, they don't do it like we used to, man. We had a car. I had cards made up. You call me, I'll pull up. You know what I'm saying? They call me. I remember they called me that one place over on Schaefer and Finko, that club. What was that little?
Not Toyas.
Was it Toyas?
Shout out to Toya.
I got a call.
Sweet Soul Beef
I
Show
got
now.
a call to meet up at Toyas. Had one of the customers that I had sold a jersey to call me. Guess he was wearing it in there, and everybody was like, "Dog, where you get that?" It's like, my man got the jerseys. They was like, "Dog, call him." So I pull up to Toyas. Keep in mind, it's like 12 midnight or something.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Real ones here. Real
pull
ones
up.
around here. They
I
call
pull
we
up.
come.
I pull up. You know what I'm saying? Looking around, I'm a little like, damn, I ain't familiar with this area. So, man, he come out with a gang of niggas with him, right? He come out, they all like 6 or 7 of them. So he said, "Come on, man, pop the trunk. Pop the trunk, Vano, hurry up." So I pop the trunk. They all like, damn, they grabbing him. Let me get this. They fighting for him. Man, let me get dog, man. Let me get this. I'm looking. I'm like, dog.
You're
I'm like, oh, wait a
this
minute,
about
man.
to be a problem.
It's about to be a problem. Like they about to try to run my stuff, right?
Right.
My boy like, ain't worry about it. The boy got money, man. They ain't finna take that. They end up buying all the jerseys. I had like maybe 2 jerseys left. When I pulled up, I
How
had
many did you sell them?
probably about 10 that night.
So $2,500.
Yeah. So I pulled out. I was on 2 wheels when I pulled out. Trying to get up out of there.
Yeah.
But those is the way the licks used to go. You know what I'm saying, with those jerseys. Like that was on any given Saturday or Friday. I would get calls. You know what I'm saying, and that's.
How often were you going to New York?
Well, that's the thing. It started out when I did that first batch. I had to wait for Willie. God rest his soul.
For him to be out.
For him to finish doing what he had to do. I even was willing.
Selling at Steve Harvey Club?
I say, come on, man. I say, Willie, look, I'll pay you to just ride with me. Just come down there.
Did you help him move his bag?
I helped him move his bag a little bit, and I was trying every way I could to get him up out of there because I had to get back. I had people was calling me, man. They needed more jerseys. I was like, damn. And back then, they wasn't shipping nothing. Wasn't no shipping.
Yeah. Oh, with the same.
Ain't no shipping, period.
Yeah.
It wasn't no shipping.
You had to go to New
You had
Orleans.
to go face to face and buy that stuff, which was good for a person that's on the road. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no problem going to get it. So yeah, I ended up. I mean, my trips was at least once a week to New York. So I was at least making 4 trips
A month.
at least.
And so what were you making in profit a month before you got a store on it?
Well, like I say, I started out with 15. When I went back down there, I had 3. When I went back there again, I had 6. When I went, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, so this is almost like you could insert drug X for Mitchell and Ness jerseys. Double
And you had
Out
some
of New
street
York
history.
and
You
double
knew
up.
you had a skill set. You knew how to hustle.
Yeah, I knew how to hustle.
Yeah, you had been around. I
had
mean,
been
let's not
around,
act
yeah.
like you was naive to.
Oh hell no! I have been rolling all my life, so that was part of what I mean. That was the double
Were you
up.
It was a
transitioning
double
out
up,
of that?
and you understood the double
That's
up.
exactly what I was doing. I was transitioning out of a lifestyle of hustling, and selling.
What age were you then?
What was that? 20. You
Late
want to put my
20s or
age
something?
out there, man? You put my age.
Well,
out?
roughly, you were late 20s or something.
Yeah, something like that. Okay.
So he goes for the idea. I tell him, look, you put 5 together, I'm gonna put 5. There's a shop in the hood. Now that was some 17 years ago. That store to me and Vano opened up for the sake of me getting this throwback connection. Is called Gear Unlimited, and it's now a thriving institution on the west side of Detroit. It's employed probably a few hundred different young African American men and women over the last 2 decades. Vano took that concept because later I would approach him when I would decide to go do my thing in Atlanta And then we'll cut it off there, and it was time to now even grow the concept out of state. So that's just an example. That was kind of the first step in the hustle after the hustle. So I hope you guys got some inspiration out of the story. We got a lot more to go. We're going to go into the land thing. We're going to really go into this Nike thing, the orange box thing. And once I went down the road of getting those Mitchell and Ness backdoored, and then Lord knows this Air Force One and Jordan thing was about to come. And that was going to be really the hustle to make me forget about the whole hustle forever. Because the kind of money we were about to start making messing with these sneakers was something crazy. And the Arab cartel who was running this gym shoot thing that I got plugged into, these were some real special guys. But we're going to get to that. So look for us, all the guys who are with Big Boss Filmworks, who been following what we do concerning Pops, Eddie's story, Eddie's father's story, and all that. We gonna keep that going, but make sure you guys who are interested in some of the stuff about how we made some money after the hustle after the hustle, how we can give you some ideas on how you can get your hustle going. Because again, it's cool that we talk about how we got money in 72 and 82 and 92, but let's talk about how we go get some money